I'm Larry Anglisano reporting for Aviation Consumer magazine. You know, the trouble with permanently installed cabin Wi-Fi systems for smaller aircraft has been twofold. First, the size, cost, and complexity of the equipment has limited the installation to high-end biz jets and airliners. But the other problem is data cost. But BendixKing is trying to change that with its Aerowave 100 cabin internet system. Its installation is more appropriate for piston singles, twins, and small turboprops, while flat rate data pricing could take the sting out of connecting your devices. I'll try the system in this Beech Bonanza, but first BendixKing's Jeff Kaufmann will give us an overview.
The Aerowave system has its roots back in the original Aspire product line that Honeywell produces for the business or the business aviation community. And we took that product and brought it down tried to bring it down into the general aviation space. We're really trying to market this to sort of the high-end piston, turboprop, and very light jet market as a way to provide Wi-Fi connection for reliable internet while you're on board. The system itself consists of a major LRU we call the high-speed data unit. That is what came from the Aspire line, and in addition to that we created a smaller general aviation friendly active antenna that fits general aviation airframes and is more appropriate for that class of aircraft. From a performance point of view, it's really made for texting, email along with attachments, and using apps. It's not appropriate for videos or streaming, but it does all those other things well. If you're doing iOS type messaging, it's basically like you're on the ground. You can send and receive text messages from somebody. For Android folks that use the WhatsApp app, you can do the same thing. You can have a real-time communication with somebody. Think of it as being in a Starbucks cafe where you're connected to a Wi-Fi hotspot, but you don't have GSM connectivity, so you can't do SMS messaging, but you can do everything that you could do through Wi-Fi. So the system has a couple of options as far as connectivity. You can use a carry-on, off-the-shelf modem, Wi-Fi access point to connect to the system. That will give you basic data connectivity so that you can do those email types of things, apps, and messaging. The system is based on the Emersat satellite system. It's a geosynchronous satellite constellation that consists of 4 satellites around the world to give you worldwide coverage. In the U.S., that coverage extends over the entire continental U.S. There are limits in the northern and southern hemispheres. So if you're flying over the oceanic routes, for instance, you don't have coverage for this particular service. There's no limitation as far as operation on the ground, so the system can operate from the ground up to any altitude, any speed. There's a dedicated voice channel. It's Emersat Ambi high quality voice channel with a high quality of service, and that requires our installed modem or installed access point, and that'll let you do voice calls as if you're sitting in the U.S. It looks like you would just dial, 1978, whatever the phone number is, standard area code. The voice quality is pretty much like you're on a GSM phone. There is a little bit of delay in turning around the system, so if you're talking to somebody, you've got sort of that half a second, 0.8 of a second delay in trying to talk to somebody, but it's possible to carry on a normal conversation over the voice channel.
Hey Larry, this is Jeff Kaufmann. I just wanted to give you an example of a phone call from I'm en route about 30 miles out, and I'll see you about 9 o'clock. I'll talk to you then. Thanks, bye.
The system retails for $24,995, and installation is very dependent on the airframe that you're putting it into. For a piston non-pressurized aircraft, It's certainly significantly less than a week for the install. The primary effort is installing the antenna, and then it's a self-contained system. It has its own internal built-in GPS, so you don't have to tie it into the onboard GPS or FMS system. It's really just power and then the LRUs from the system and the antenna mounting. The airtime plans are fixed at a $40, essentially a $40 an hour plan for all you can use. They're prepaid, so it's $19,999 for a 50-hour block of data.
Now you can read a full report of the Aerowave 100 in the August 2016 issue of Aviation Consumer magazine. Reporting for Aviation Consumer, I'm Larry Anglisano. Thanks for watching.